So you want to get into a house. Have you thought about these ideas to help you do that? Hey everybody, Dave Edwards, Treasure Valley Dave here. You know you're a great real estate agent by your side when it comes time to buy a home, sell a home, or even relocate here to the Treasure Valley, or maybe even move into your first home. Well, and it's getting harder and harder because of, well, let's go Brandon, right? The market's certainly not helping you out on this, but I did see this story today and it kind of got me on this idea of what creative things can be done to get you into a house and how do those compare with each other. Let's check these out. So I saw this. This is out of California. Struggling to buy a home, a new 40-year mortgage might help. Oh my gosh. Would it help? Well, let's take a look at it. Prices of home are on the rise, up 45% in the last 4 years. Yeah, did I say let's go, Brandon? So this idea of going from a 30 to a 40-year mortgage is hopefully to make it so you can get your payments down to get you into a house. They said their goal is to get the payments lower by $300 to $500 a month. Alrighty, that would certainly help. I won't deny that. So 40 years is a long time. This particular loan, based on a 10-year call, which means in 10 years, you have to pay it off. So it's kind of like a balloon payment in that way. At the end of 10 years, they have the ability to pay it in full or refinance it. So it is like a balloon payment. So that was one lender, but what about the pros and cons of a 40-year mortgage? Well, let's just find out what Rocket Mortgage says, and they should know, right? So a 30-year versus a 40-year mortgages, term of 40 years is 10 years longer. I can even do that higher math. The payment of a 40-year mortgage should be cheaper. That's what the other people are talking about, $300 to $500. You will pay more interest because, well, it's 10 years longer. And these could come with higher interest rates. Well, why is that? Well, because investors need to wait longer for their payoff, apparently. But here's the thing. 40-year loans are non-qualified mortgage, or they don't conform to the standard secondary market. There is really no rules that protect the consumer so much on what a 40-year mortgage would look like. And what does a 40-year mortgage look like? Well, I pulled up this comparison mortgage calculator. So loan one, $400,000 that we're borrowing, 40-year term. And then loan two is the same thing, but it's a 30-year term. And here's your principal and interest monthly payment. Loan one, that's the 40-year, $2,532. Loan two, $2,704. So you're saving like, I don't know, $170, $172. Huh. I did that in my head.
Wow.
And but look at the amount of interest that you'll be paying different. You're going to pay another $300,000, well, $241,000 over the life of the loan to save $172 a month. So you probably heard that the FHA does have a 40-year mortgage, right? Well, that's only in particular cases. It'd be great if they did, because FHA loans, they have a lot of protections for the consumers, right? But the 40-year loan that you heard about maybe on TV or some of those other places is only through the loan modification program. That means if you got in trouble and you couldn't make your payments, and there's some very specific qualifications for that. FHA mortgages are either 15-year or 30-year loans. So some more out-of-the-box thinking. Can you consider an adjustable rate mortgage? So we were talking earlier about, that 40-year loan, but it had a 10-year balloon payment on it. The thinking there is maybe you're going to move out of your house before that balloon payment kicks in. And so maybe the same thinking could work for your adjustable rate. The thing is, with an adjustable rate, you can typically lock in a specific period at the beginning of the loan at a lower interest rate than what you would otherwise get. And then after a while, then it adjusts. And some of the options apparently are like a 10-6, which means that you'll pay a fixed interest rate for 10 years, and then the rate will adjust every 6 months. 7-1, on the other hand, means you get a fixed interest rate for the first 7 years, and then the rate will adjust every year. Well, that's kind of nice. Well, right here, the pros. You'll get a lower interest rates, and then that lead to a lower payment, at least during that fixed period. So we talked about a 10-year and a 7-year fixed period. So if you're planning on moving out within 10 or 7 years, then maybe an ARM would be something to go check out. The 40-year loan with a 10-year balloon, that's going to be riskier, and your payment may be lower, but your interest that you'll be paying is going to be higher. But the con with this adjustable rate is that once it does begin to adjust, hence the name adjustable, you could get stuck with a higher payment, and it might put you in a financial bind. it could be scary. So a couple other creative ways of getting your payment down is taking advantage of what some of the builders have to offer. Here's CBH Homes. You've probably heard of them. They have some pretty nice homes, and you can get a spring bonus up to $45,000. That's where the builder is going to give you the money as a credit at closing to help buy down your interest rates or fencing in or a backyard or something like that. And here's another big builder here in the Treasure Valley, Hubble, and they are offering $25,000 to use to, well, here it is right here, rate buy down, closing costs, landscaping, and some particular upgrades. So if you need help getting that down payment, getting into the house, getting your rate bought down, that $25,000 is going to help quite a bit. I'll bet between this and then the CBH one that you will get your payments down to what you would have got if you would have gone with that 40-year loan. So here in Idaho, we're pretty lucky that we have this organization, the Idaho Housing and Finance Association. And what they do is they help people get into their house. It's a pretty sweet deal. They work with lenders, and it's kind of like an overlay over what lenders have to offer. So talk with your lender about Idaho Housing and Finance. Maybe that'll work for you. What does it do? Well, in this case, it does a couple different things, but in this case, they have down payment assistance for Idaho homebuyers. They say that how this program works, many aspiring homebuyers struggle to save up to 3.5% down payment, especially as, the economy, Brandon. So what they do, what this program does, is provides homebuyers up to 7% of the sales price of the home to use towards the down payment and or closing costs. That's pretty sweet. You could get into your house with as little as 0.5, 0.5% of the sales price. So that means $400,000 house, you could get in for $2,000. I know that's still some money, but it's a whole heck of a lot better than not getting into it at all. And while we're thinking of creative ideas, well, moving to Idaho and getting the right house. So just a couple examples just to get the old gears a moving is, so we have this home here. And it's $410,000. It's a little bit older, so $410,000 is not a terrible price. Here's Wedgewood and $412,000. 3-car garage, quarter acre, no HOA. So those are very attractive. Here's a very much a newer home, 3-car garage. But so part of that creative is maybe we don't need a 3-car garage. Maybe we could move to something a little bit more like this. Drop it down a little bit in square footage. Only have a 2-car garage, but now we're at $329,000, $80,000 cheaper. That's going to make your payment a lot less. Here's a brand spanking new home for $341,900. Brand spanking new. It's not a mansion. It's 1,200 square feet. Your maintenance is going to be nothing. It's the thing when you buy a brand new home, the roof's new, the water heater's new.
Wow.
Everything's new. And then so here's one for $345,000. This is a little bit bigger, 1,340 square feet. It's a very attractive home. And then here's another one that's almost 1,500 square feet for $350,000. So instead of spending $420,000 or $410,000, you can save that extra $60,000, $70,000, drop your payment substantially, and you can move into a really nice home like this one. Now, is it your forever home? Maybe you need, 2,500 square feet and a 4-car garage, but maybe you don't need that right now. So those are just some creative ideas to run through the process. It can be done. We help people every single day. We help first-time home buyers very frequently as well. Let's just get creative. Give us a call, text, email, whatever it takes, and we'd be glad to go through some different ideas with you. We'll see you on the next video.
Hey, thanks for stopping in and learning more about real estate in Nampa, Idaho and the Treasure Valley. If you'd like to learn more, watch this video here next or binge on this playlist. When it comes time to sell a home, buy a home, or even relocate to the Treasure Valley, your Treasure Valley Dave team is your real estate expert by your side, helping you get home.